Are you a federal employee trying to figure out if you're going to have enough for retirement? So in today's video, we're going to do just that. Do an audit of your income, of what it would look like in retirement. The best way to plan for the future is to look at what you have right now. There's resources available that if you're still in federal service that you're able to access without waiting to scramble after you've separated from federal agency. So today we're going to look at spreadsheet. For you, what you will need to have on hand to get this started is your government retirement benefits total compensation plan. I have a video in the link below on how to access that. You're going to need to log into Social Security Administration website and then create your login and download your statement. And then also we're going to look at your TSP. So this is just basically a calculator that I created to kind of put that information together. When it comes to retirement, there's different sources. So here in the yellow, these are from your GRB platform. The annual salary, it's what's listed on there. That's usually calculated from the high three. This is pre-tax. And this number right here is basically that pre-tax number divided to 12 to kind of give you your gross monthly income. Again, this is kind of like what you're earning right now. And then what would it look like when you go into retirement? Now, I took the VERA, so my retirement number is the early retirement number. So it's only 3,500, and that includes the supplemental. I got this information from the RSSO. They were able to provide me with an early retirement benefit summary to kind of give me a statement of what that would look like. I still haven't received my retirement. I won't receive it until like 6 weeks after the end of the fiscal year. And that's when I separated from the VA. So when you are about to separate, make sure you have enough money to cover that, because your annual leave, I would suggest stacking that up. So then that way you'll actually get a nice lump sum at the end of your federal service. Also, account for at least a 30% tax, because they will take that out and they will include that and lump that into your final check. So here I don't have any social security number. So this is what my retirement income would be. So you can see that there is an income gap. It actually subtracts it from pre-tax monthly, what my subtotal retirement supplemental will be, and then it gives me my income gap. As you can see, age 58, that supplemental number will go away. And this is what's left, is what my retirement pension monthly would be. And this is my income gap. And this is something I'd have to kind of like supplement. This is where planning will come in. I've done videos with regards to how you can start looking at creating your side hustle and possibly replacing your income. It's best to have that now while you still have relationships and you still have your consistent income. So then that way you can kind of see what works for you. It's a struggle when you're trying to do it after. I'm grateful that I started looking into supplementing my income and then maybe even replacing it back in 2021 after COVID, with the uncertainty of like not taking the vaccine. I had to make sure that I'm able to, in case I lose the job and I don't participate in what was mandated, that I would be able to fund my own expenses. So here you can see that it's a lot less because the supplemental annuity is gone. So my income gap is a lot greater. At 62, if I decide to take Social Security, this is what the income would look like if I wait until 65, 67, and 70. So it shows you what the gap looks like. Now, the item in blue, this is where you would think about like your TSP balance. If you look up the 4% rule, that is basically just a super high level way of letting you know 4% should be the amount of money that you would withdraw and like live off of for retirement income. So you would need to have a considerable amount of savings to make sure that you're able to have the income that you want in retirement. So that's why here the target savings is really high. And if you haven't saved anything, there's ways to be able to supplement your income, but you got to get started because time and money works hand in hand when you're trying to grow it. And the more you put away and the more compounding interest you have available to you, you can actually increase that pretty quickly. You just have to get started. So this, how this calculator would work, and I'm going to put this below so you can go ahead and make a copy and save it to your drive. I would put in, let's say, hypothetically, the balance right now, my TSP is 250. And then if I do a target annual savings, if I want to start really knocking down that target savings amount, let's say I want to put 35 a year away. You can see that it increases. How it's calculated is basically taking this number, the previous amount that I had, and then adding that along with calculating like the number of years in between, like 58 to 53. So that will actually give me like an idea of what my TSP should look like. This is just basic. It doesn't have any type of interest rate on there to see what that would look like as far as increase, but it's just to kind of give you an idea. As you save more, as you can see with your TSP, and your target savings starts to um, not necessarily dwindle, but the gap that you have to fill is a lot less because you have more of your TSP saved up. You're able to kind of just make sure that you have that money in hand. So, as you know, after I retired, I started working full time in financial services. I'm a licensed professional working with a full service agency that provides estate planning, retirement income planning, legacy planning, and also developing tax strategies. So then that way you get to keep more of your money as you head into retirement. And there's a difference between wealth accumulation phase, which is most of what we are now when we're in the working stage. But as you transition into retirement, there is the income planning portion. So you're going to need to develop a drawdown plan. And that's something that we can help you with. If you are interested, contact me and we'll go ahead and just have a conversation. Anyways, back to the video. So here we have what we call HELV. That is Human Economic Life Value. That means the amount of your income multiplied by the number of years you have remaining until you retire. The key is you want to make sure that your family is covered and don't lose your income if you're not around. I know we have the FEGLI, which is a group life insurance, but it doesn't follow us when we exit federal service. Now, the reason I have my own life insurance is not because I planned on retiring, but I wanted to get it now while I'm still healthy. The challenge with life insurance, as you get older, the more expensive it gets. So it helps to actually lock in that rate while you're still younger. I'm going to put this link below, but this is how you would calculate it. So years to retirement, let's say 17 years for me, and my annual income was 129,000. So my recommended death benefit range would be around like what we saw over there, about 2.2 million. So that's how you would calculate your human economic life value. As you can see, it starts to decrease as you get older. Now, this is just basically high level. What you can do as you start planning for retirement is start looking at the gap, looking at different ways that you can start building your income now while you're still earning one. Because once you exit and you retire, your source of income kind of dwindles and you should start really looking at a spending plan. But that spending plan should be looked at right now so you can identify what your gaps are, start making those adjustments. Now, what I learned is when I exited out of the VA, you can access your TSP. You can start moving it, and I'll create another video for that, but you can start moving it to your own brokerage account, your own like Roth IRA that you can manage that's self-directed. Another tax hack. For you, if you decide to become a business owner, it is called a SEP IRA. What that means is if you are a business owner, you can actually open up, but your sponsoring company will be your business. Your business can actually contribute to that SEP IRA. That's your IRA, and it'll be tax deductible for your business. So that's a tax deduction, again, reducing your tax burden. So you won't pay as much as a business owner. And then it's tax deferred to you. So whenever you do retire, that's when you're going to start drawing from it and then will pay income. But then there's strategies for that as far as doing a conversion. So then that way you can convert that to tax free. That's a whole nother video as you start going into entrepreneurship. And that's something I'm going to share with you as I go through the journey. I hope that's helpful with regards to auditing your retirement. I'm going to share this worksheet with you. So this is just a sample. Again, you should be able to play with it. And here is the blank one. I would change the date. And each one of these already has formulas. And then here are the different sources that you would need as far as a document. This one would come from your GRB platform, the total compensation statement. I'm going to add the TSP one. Make sure that you have that. And I'm going to update this formula. So then this way it'll reflect. I'm going to copy this whole thing. So in that way you will have it, and then just enter that information. So you can start playing with this number. Again, this is just rudimentary, but at least it kind of gets you thinking about the different sources of income that are fixed that you're going to draw from, and then how can you identify and supplement that gap as you start to plan for retirement. It's best to do it right now while you still have income coming in. So then that way you can understand what you need to do. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please share and subscribe. I'm going to continue to answer questions that I've basically researched regarding federal retirement, especially early retirement. And I'll just share the lessons that I'm learning right now. And I hope that was helpful. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.